here. I might do this a little longer today. Plus, I've done less of this than I want to lately. I can stand to burn through the extra calories and body fat during my fasted window before I eat. I felt like I was looking a little squishy this morning on my training footage. So, yeah, hopefully this is public. I thought I set it to public. I can't change it of these on the phone if I didn't. Big issue I run into a lot. We'll see in a second if we get people in or not. So, um, yeah, I don't know why it does that so often. I'll change it, then it doesn't accept it as public. It's a problem with the phone a lot. So, I'm thinking though that it didn't because there's no viewers. So let me check it and see if it'll let me check. No, we got a viewer in. It's okay. It's a little weird when that happens. All right. So we'll keep going. So it's definitely public. Yeah, it doesn't let me check the setting either once I start them on the phone. So like a lot of people like, why do you use the webcam? The phone's a better camera. It's like, because it's a pain in the butt to use the mobile app for these compared to my desktop. I need to get a better webcam though. So again, nice, pretty weather here. So we're gonna go out into the park area. Also, the trees block the sunlight, so I can see the screen. That's definitely a problem we run into on these streams when I'm walking when the sun is out and it's not winter anymore. Is I can't read the screen to see what you people say. So at least not easily, not without putting my phone right up into it. And once we get over to this nice woody area, it's really nice. Yes, I live near a small airport. That's why you guys always hear stuff overhead, by the way, if anyone is curious. And there's always helicopters too. There's like a whole like emergency center near here too. So we have planes and helicopters all the time. So yeah. So yeah, that smaller airport, they have a lot of like propeller, like prop engine planes. So all right. Good, it doesn't look muddy out here. It hasn't rained in a couple of days. That's a rare thing in Houston sometimes, right? Pretty close to the ocean. I'm not technically Houston now. I'm in the suburbs north of Houston. I'm not in the city limit of Houston. What's popping? Cardio, that's what's popping. Walking in the 50-pound vest. Thought I would get some of this in. Nice weather. I need to burn through some extra, some calories and some fat this morning. Um, you know, hello from some. I don't even know how to say that. So from Indonesia. How you doing? You look like a chill guy. The grind is real. Yes, it is. So I did a deadlift and posterior chain this morning. Um, I'm going to adjust my training back to what I was doing a few weeks ago. I made a minor change, and it's definitely beating my recovery up. And it's something I've kind of said I wasn't going to do. So I'm like, let me work with it for a bit and see if I can get a benefit. So that's benching twice a week. Nope. I'm at a point where training a muscle or a movement more than once a week kind of just beats me up. Once you're putting up big numbers and you're my age, that's a problem. So, yeah, back to just a normal body part split. Can I give you some life advice? Probably not, man. You know, probably not. I do consultations, though, if you need advice, $100 an hour. In fact, I have one scheduled tonight. I heard people saying eating is tougher than training. Makes me think they don't train hard. And when people say, oh, diet, it's like I lost over 100 pounds before. I lost like 100, somewhere between 130 and 150 pounds when I was younger. So I know what serious dieting to get lean is like. And I can tell you straight up, training, if you train hard, is harder than that. So yeah, people don't train hard. You say that nonsense. Like you hear people who say that, and I'm like, dude, I don't even see you doing the rep work with 500 pounds on anything. You don't train hard. You don't know what hard training is then. And I'm not being mean, but it's just reality. Like until I've seen them do 10 reps with over 400 on a squat or 10 reps with 500 plus on a deadlift, you know, I don't want to hear about how training isn't the hard part. All right. Coach, I'm hearing lifting to one rep in reserve is superior in what way? If you can get to one rep in reserve or to zero in reserve, but it's not necessarily superior. There's big, massive debates about stimulus to fatigue and volume. That's what the debate is. Um, if you were looking for a finite answer there's not one. Hey, I didn't know you, so I have not stopped making videos ever, so I don't know why anybody would think that, right? I have not gone more than like 12 hours without uploading a video in like 13 years, so it just seems like, so of course I'm still making videos. Watching from England, hello Joanna. Hello from Scotland, hello to you. Bobby, I'm listening to you, Bobby. All right, Blaha live, yep. Blaha is live every day, most days. Right now, we're doing cardio. Got my 50-pound vest on. Just finished a deadlift session. I'm actually pretty fatigued from it, but I want to get this in. Push-pull legs is a body part split. So, push-pull legs is a 3-day body part split. That's it. It is a body part split. Okay. So, what exactly are you asking me, Strawberry? A 5-day split over a 3-day push-pull legs means you probably do more total training. Okay. What does your schedule and your recovery look like? That's the question. Obviously, if you have the time to go to the gym 5 days and you have the recovery and lifestyle to handle it, the 5-day will be slightly better for gains. If you do not have the recovery to handle it, it will be inferior for gains. Keeping in mind, a lot of my guys who get these great gains on the push-pull legs, they have very busy lives, right? My best is 50 pounds. Walking a 50-pound vest. So I want to get this done before breakfast today. So I've already done my lifting in a deadlift session. So we did deficit deadlifts today. I only did 515 on that. I'm a little fatigued for my rep work. Did some glute bridges with 515. I guess I left the same weight on the bar. Some glute ham raises and reverse hyper extensions. I did set to 25 on the reverse hypers. I think hex bars deadlifts are generally useless. I don't rate the hex bar deadlift. I don't think it's that great of an exercise, my opinion. I understand it's controversial. It is a solution looking for a problem. Do you add weight to the vest over time? I built up to 50. My vest isn't really situated to hold more than 50. I might have to modify it to put more in it. I don't know that I want to start slicing and sewing on my vest. No, I built up. I started with like 20. So I've got multiple. I've got like 3 separate sets of plates. All the ergonomic plates. I bought a full set of them from Rogue. But I've got 50 in it right now. Morning meal. No, I haven't had breakfast yet. So if I do cardio after lifting, I don't eat breakfast till after. So it's 11:40, and I haven't eaten yet. That's normal for me, by the way. That's just how I live. I don't currently do farmer's walks. I have handles. It's been a while. I have a sled also. So I have a prowler that I go push. You've probably seen me do it on camera at some point. Um, for the best part for body weight exercises, it could be. I like the belt because it's cooler and it looks better. So when I do weighted chin-ups and pull-ups, I usually just wear a belt. But you can use a vest, it'll be fine. You can't see my lats. So if I put this on, you can't see my back when I do chin-ups. So it's not good for the camera. Um, Sprint, I don't sprint, and I'm not sprinting in my weight vest. I will never run in my weight vest. I'm 48. Are you trying to cripple me? I think I need to get rid of you. If you want to cripple me, maybe you need to go. Oh, yeah, dude, I'm not sprinting in a weight vest at 48. I need to be able to squat 500 plus pounds and not have bad knees. So let's not, how about we don't? I want to sprint, I can go push my prowler down the street without banging my knees up. So I have a sled if I want to do something like that. Use the right tool for the job. This is why you kids get hurt. This is why people, when they get to my age, can't lift anymore. Because they do stupid, moronic stuff. Like, let me go sprint in a weight vest. Oh, I'm 38 and I can't squat 500 pounds now. Right? And then they're like, how come you're 48 and doing all this stuff? It's like, well, because I don't do stupid stuff that hurts me. And when people advise me to do so, I tell them no. See how that works? And I've noticed a lot of young guys, clients. I've had more clients get injured because they're out with their bros and their bros talk them into doing something stupid. And then they get hurt. And then they can't lift for the next 6 weeks because they listen to their friends and let them talk them into doing something. One of the biggest failings of young men, they will listen to idiots because they're their friend. Like that's some free life advice. Stop doing that. Are overhand curls as effective in stretching your biceps as underhand? Um, no, they're going to work more brachioradialis. All right. They're a better forearm exercise than they are bicep. No, neck exercises are dangerous. You've seen me do a lot of neck work. Depends on the neck work. I don't like stuff that works the front because it can contribute more to sleep apnea. But extensions, not so much, as long as you're careful with them. I go through phases of doing them. Sometimes you also have bad trainers in CrossFit. Presses pushing people beyond injury, mostly caused by lack of knowledge. All right. Well, the general rule, people get upset when I say this. Anyone with less than 10 years of experience actually training or coaching others, you probably shouldn't listen to anything they have to say about lifting. Right? And I know people are like, well, then how does anyone get experience? Well, because they'll have people who are dumb enough to listen to them for the first 10 years while they're learning. And that's okay. But I advise to all of you, anyone with less than 10 years of experience actually instructing others, do not listen to anything. And I mean anything they tell you about lifting. Ignore it. I don't care what they've done personally. Like, I don't care if they're 17-time Mr. Olympia winner. Do they train other people? How many years of experience do they have? If they're in their first 5 or 6 years, ignore literally everything that comes out of their mouth. Ignore them. Pretend they're a complete idiot. If they probably are. They're just genetically gifted and figured out how to get their own body to respond. So that's not good. But that's the problem with a lot of those. There's noob trainers who do not have the experience teaching people. And you see it in gyms all the time. And I get it. Everyone has to start somewhere, you know. But if you're wise, you will ignore those people till they have the experience. You know, it's like, that's my first question. You know, people try to give me advice, and I'm like, first off, I mean, I can be a dick and say, well, what's your physique and best numbers? But I also want to know what their clients do. Like, you don't have any clients squatting over 500 pounds. You don't have at least 5. Don't even give me advice. I don't want to hear it because you're not qualified. Okay. The problem with exercising your neck is it can cause, it can, yeah. So again, that's why I talked about extensions versus working the front and sides. Extensions not as big of a risk. Yeah, sleep apnea, big neck, especially if you're on gear. Man, you start training all of this, right? Start training the front of the neck when you're on steroids. Oh, buddy, don't start crying when you need a CPAP. So just be aware of that. But as far as the extensions only, like with a harness or even a neck machine, it can be really useful. So it's not a question of my opinion. What does the research show? How about contact sports? It's been documented that neck extensions reduce concussions in contact sports like football, boxing. It's pretty much documented in the lab at this point. Not really a big debate. Hey, coach, made it to a second live of the day, right? We did the coffee chat. Now we're getting our cardio. It's really nice weather today. I haven't got as much cardio in lately as I need to. So I'm trying to make the most of this one before I get ravenous. I want to go get breakfast. You know? So yeah. Also, yes, guys, I have an OnlyFans. Yes, it's in my link tree listed under every video in the description. And I'm going to keep growing it. Yes, it's getting subscribers. So far, they're all women. A bunch of dudes have inquired, but it's been all women. Kind of strange considering everyone's been saying. All right. You know what The Rock is cooking. What is The Rock cooking? Probably a bunch of trend. Right? Rock busting out them old Phenoplex cartridges from back in the day, dissolving them in the benzyl alcohol, running through a coffee filter. All right. There's the most you would do. Hey, P.S. I've told you guys I'm not answering that here. Any questions about commission work, you have to ask me as a member of my OnlyFans. That's it. Won't be discussed. I can tell you what I won't do. I will never have sex with another man. So you guys can forget that one. All right. Nothing personal, just not how I swing. All right. What do you think that 4 pasture-raised eggs for breakfast, half a zucchini? I don't know, dude. That's too long for me to read. Grass-fed, unpure. I don't know. I don't know how many grams is that. I try to get at least 100 grams of protein in my breakfast. So it's just strictly taco, no burrito. Yeah. And I'm fine with gay dudes buying my OnlyFans. That's fine. I mean, I always say they're going to jerk off to my videos and stuff anyways. I might as well get paid for it. But, right? Yeah, how about I don't do a sacrifice to lose her own life? But yeah, I mean, as far as me personally, yeah, I'm strictly taco, no burrito. Like, you know, it's all good. I don't hate on anybody for how they are, though. All right. Yeah, caveman, you're a weirdo. The peppermint got it. Strictly taco, no burrito, but $20 is $20. So, but yeah, as far as anything else you want to know, you see what you see on it. If you had a membership, you would already know it's up there. And if you want something specific, you have to commission me for it. Jason, what's going on? I'm doing my cardio, bro. I got my 50-pound vest on. No one who isn't a complete idiot believes in the flat earth. It is so, I have seen ridiculous amounts of evidence that I have confirmed myself that it can't possibly be true. And anyone who falls for it is insane. Like, no person who is remotely sane. I just walked into a tree branch and lost my glasses. All right, because I was looking at the screen. All right, let me put those back on. Coach, What is more stupid, carnivore or flat Earth? Um, Objectively, probably flat Earth, but by a small margin. Dude, I'm dying at your last shirtless pics on the couch. Um, I will be able to see the hate comments. Keep them up, brother. Right? Dude, well, I post that stuff in a bunch of groups, and it's like, Vino, it's hilarious because a bunch of these groups, it's nothing but dudes hating. But then women are posting. I screenshot a bunch of the funny stuff women said. And then my DMs like blew up. Like, y'all got to calm down. And it's been 90% girls. So that's what's hilarious. Not all of them are attractive, mind you. But I thought it was funny. Like, all these dudes freaking out. And I'm like, all these women seem to like it. I don't see what the problem is. But peppermint, I mean, objectively, flat Earth is more stupid, but you got to be pretty dumb to fall for carnivore. Like, you have to be a conspiracy theorist to fall for it because you have to believe that all scientists are part of a global conspiracy to hurt you, like all nutrition scientists. Jason, what is Antarctica? A continent or a wall of ice? Technically a continent. Caveman, carnivore is a stupid diet to where they don't even eat like carnivores because they eat butter, where they believe you should eat only animal products and that vegetables are poison and that fiber is bad for you. Now, keeping in mind, we have pretty good research of what happens to the human body when you eat a zero fiber diet. It's bad. Like, the long term ramifications are pretty horrific. I don't know who Mr. Beast is, and I don't care. For us 3D beings, we can only observe in 2D. Yeah. I don't know why they call it carnivore because, you know, it's not like they eat like a carnivore at all. You know, it's really stupid. Like, lions don't milk cows and churn butter and separate cream out and remove all the protein. And butter is horrifically bad for you. Look at the research. Like, look at the data. Whole milk is good. Butter, horrific. Even in the same quantities, side by side in the lab. All right. I've been watching you since when I've been mocking Eric Konevsky since before he had a channel. That's why Eric's so butthurt. I called Eric out on his stupidity when he was 16 years old because he was stupid and he still is. Eric used to come into all of our steroid groups on Facebook under his real name and talk about his 3 gram stacks, and we all told him he was an idiot. That at 16, he had no business using gear, let alone 3 grams a week. And then he became a YouTuber later, and he still holds a grudge over me dogging him about all that. So I cook my grass-fed fever ghee. Why? Why are you eating ghee? It's garbage. And I'm very pro meat. I'm very pro dairy. You don't see me eating butter and ghee and crap like that. Do you still endorse whole milk? What future I eat both every day. I mean, look at my social media. Look at my meals and my grocery basket pictures. So it's pretty obvious how I feel about those. Give us some advice on how to pick up women. Talk to them. All right, done. Alpha Destiny's around 6 inches shorter than me, approximately. So estimate, that's an estimate, about 6 inches shorter than me. How much credit card? Let's see. All right. Actually, Alan, let's just get rid of you two. We just don't need any of that. Isn't carnivore based on the Inuit diet? No, it's not at all. The carnivore diet's not even remotely based on the Inuit diet. And the Inuits were not healthy. So, two things to think about with the Inuits. Here's the problem. Number one, the Inuits were, as far as indigenous tribes around the world, one of the fattest and shortest lived to have ever been documented. So, objectively speaking, if you wanted a traditional diet, the only reason you would imitate what they did is because you want to be fat and die young. Number one, the researchers noted 200 years ago, 150 years ago, how rotund they were. This is written in all the notes. They have had an average lifespan of 55 on their traditional diet. So you want to be fat and die at 55. Okay, so do an Inuit diet. Only problem is number two, the Inuits have a gene that makes them resistant to even entering ketosis to begin with. That's another problem. Shall we go further? Number three, the Inuits still ate more dietary carbs than the average person on any of those diets does. What do you think it goes? I don't think about goodness. You guys keep mentioning him, but I've never seen him. I don't have time. Are you evil? No, I don't think so. I actually genuinely care about other people, and I don't hurt people. So I don't think that counts as evil. Like, I actually try not to harm other people as a general rule if I can avoid it. So, what's your definition of evil? Like, I don't steal from people. I try not to hurt other people. I'm not perfect. Okay. Coach, do you know of any indigenous tribes you would say have good nutrition? Not really. I mean, they're still very limited. I mean, are you trying to get jacked? What are you trying to do? Coach, do you know that? But I mean, the Inuits objectively one of the worst. Like, you just look at the lifespan and the body fat level alone, it's a problem. Like, so when people refer to that, you have to realize they're a complete child. Keeping in mind, I actually like low carb diets for some things, and I'm on one now. But I don't quote the stupid Inuit stuff because I'm not dumb. Um, no, I don't agree with Mike there. Evil is pretty good among children and disabled as the elderly. Would you say that you have more testosterone than an Inuit? Um, Probably. I guess it depends on how many milligrams I'm getting. Since I'm on just a replacement right now and I'm not blasting, I'm going to say probably, but not necessarily. When I go above the normal human range of what the human body can produce, I'm going to say definitely. Um, Eskimo is a subcategory of Inuit, is my understanding. Inuit is a slightly broader thing, and I could be wrong, or they could just be completely the same thing. I might be wrong. I'd have to Google that. Right? You can go Google it. I forget which is the larger group. One of them completely includes the other, though. I know that much. So, or it might actually be just a different name for the exact same group. I would have to double check all that. I forget. The latter might actually be a slang term. So, I'm unaware. If bulking isn't necessary, why do bodybuilders do it? Hey, future, I am way too walking to go into an in-depth discussion of post-contest bodybuilding to off-season to in-season as far as competitive bodybuilders go. Are you a professional bodybuilder? And are you getting contests ripped every year down to a level that would kill you if you stayed there? So if the answer is no, why are we having that discussion at all? Yeah, she said bald men are evil. Well, she's a weirdo. It's true. There's different variations of just, yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of nuance to that, you know, a lot of nuance to that. Of course, I had to go walk out into the sunny area now, and I can barely read my screen. So why are we even having that discussion? What? Where did we get into this left field? What height is human generally proportionate? I don't know. I have to Google that. I don't have an answer. If you have enough muscle. No, we don't have. I'm not going to go into all these discussions. I've made countless videos on these topics of lean gains and different things with body weight. I don't feel I need to try to hash it out in the fine details and nuance in a live stream. Okay. I've got like probably 10 hours of videos on this topic in nuanced detail to where I'm sitting down thinking about it and not out of breath walking in a 50-pound vest. So what else we got? Well, she knows bald men are evil because look at Walter White, right? She saw Breaking Bad, you know. But here's the problem with Breaking Bad, Princess Nokia. Here's the problem. What about Hank? Wasn't Hank a good guy? So you had a bald evil guy and a bald good guy. How do you reconcile that with your hypothesis? All right? Being lean looks good, doesn't feel good. Well, how lean? No, lean is healthy. How are you defining lean? Are you talking six pack or are you talking contest level? I don't know. But what about Hank? Hank literally died trying to stop, literally died trying to stop the evil, right? Yeah, so Angel, so let's not talk about lean, let's talk about shredded because they're completely different. Yeah, it's definitely you don't feel good when you're shredded. It's not healthy to be super shredded. Not sustainable. Yeah, you feel like crap. How's it a 1 to 10 ratio? Okay. Well, Princess Nokia, that is certainly your hypothesis, but it sounds a little bit bigoted to me, you know? Yeah. Coach. Oh my gosh, someone who wants to make fun of my last name. We're 6 years old again. You should just go ahead and just do it as the Blaha. Do you think Ronnie Coleman would win the Mr. Lima in 1970? What? I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that. How about I don't care? All right. And there's a lot of weirdos today. We just get rid of the worst ones. When I get towards the end of my cut, I start getting really hungry to go into the issue. I'm the wrong person to ask about that. You are aware I have been over 300 pounds. You just asked me about hunger. I can tell you that if you've never been over 300 pounds, you have no concept of what my definition of hunger is. And I'm just telling you, people who've never been truly fat, they don't understand. Um, oh, yeah, I get hungry. Not at the end of my cut, I get hungry all the time. I don't know what it's like to not have at least once a day a level of hunger that is physically painful, even when I eat 3,500 calories. So there's my answer. I have no concept of what it's like to go 48 hours without physical hunger pains that are sharp and hurt at any point in my adult life. So, all right. No, I have no idea that hammock is still up there. Do you guys drink coconut? No, coconut water is trash. Why would you drink that? Um, Coconuts aren't even healthy. That's like a junk food to me. Like, look at the data on coconut oil. It's garbage. Don't eat that stuff. Other big people are given me respect for what I can eat. Yeah. So, The reason I do stuff like I'm doing now, I'm doing fasted cardio after deadlifts. It's past noon. I haven't eaten yet.